It's time to consider how serious a problem this is. Let's look at some data gathered by various government agencies. This data is from some stuff from 2010 and 2011. This percentage shows the affection of people aged 12 and older who took various drugs over their lifetime. You can see that alcohol has a very high percentage. More than 80% of all people aged 12 or older have used alcohol in their lifetime. For other drugs, the percentages vary and gradually get smaller. For example, only a small number have used heroin in their lifetime. But note that a much larger fraction of people, almost 14%, have used prescription painkillers, which are the same. They're opiates. Now, what about the costs of drug use? I think they're far greater than most people would imagine. The estimated economic cost to society tied to illegal drugs is over $180 billion a year. Alcohol is about the same, and it's about the same or a little higher for tobacco. So the total for 2004 was 559 billion, which is an astounding number. It's closing in on $1 trillion, and that's only in the United States. That amount of money could create thousands and thousands of jobs. These figures are the health costs of drug use. They comprise the loss of productivity, legal costs, and other kinds of expenses. But the dollar amount that we've just talked about do not include any measure of the misery caused by drugs. We don't have an exact metric to measure misery, but we know that happens. We all know stories about people who have had their lives nearly destroyed by drugs. Just being emotionally defeated by powerful drug arcs or anything for that matter undermines our confidence, our outlook, and performance. Some people lose careers, loved ones, friends, and personal and financial resources. Some people lose all their savings. Some people wind up in divorce court. And also there's a dramatic and significant loss of health tied to the side effects and toxicities of drugs. When health is neglected, such as when addicts are preoccupied with finding and taking drugs problems as sure. There are some dramatic before and after photos of individuals who abuse methamphetamines, which you can find by doing a search online. Some drugs cause a big change in your life with terrible consequences for your health. We can also look at the brain and the change that occurs after chronic drug use. Consider the prefrontal cortex, which is very important for our functioning. It's believed to enhance activity that we need to reach goals and to inhibit irrelevant activities. It's involved in emotional regulation. This bar graph shows the volume of the prefrontal cortex, which is measured in brain scans. The volume of the healthy prefrontal cortex is shown by the bar on the left, and the volume on the prefrontal cortex in alcoholics is shown in the middle. Not the dramatic reduction in brain volume. The bar on the right is the volume of the prefrontal cortex in schizophrenic patient. And you can see that alcohol ultimate causes toxicity and a reduction in brain volume that is equivalent to what's found in seriously ill mental patients with schizophrenia. Now there is some questions as to whether the brain volume is reduced before people start drinking, but in general it's accepted that the reduction in brain volume is mainly due to the consequences of drinking alcohol repeatedly over a long period of time. So you can see that there are very significant costs for getting caught in the web of compulsive drug taking. There's the economic cost, which we can measure in dollars, and there's the cost is misery and health. Overall, it's huge. After this video, please go to one of the websites and see if you can find out how the data we looked at breaks down. For example, that fraction of the cost of the drug use is due to the loss of worker productivity. Until next time.